Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about Callie, also known as Callie the Spider Lily or Callie the Flower Girl, and why she is such as like starting to become very problematic. And she's one of those types of people that I don't think really need to be on social media right now. So we're going to talk a little bit about her, and if you have not seen her before, welcome to the rabbit hole. This is it. There's a lot that goes into this. I'm going to start from where I first originally not met her, but like I first seen her on Instagram sometime in 2024, like at the end of 2024 before her house burned down. And we're gonna kind of go through the timelines of everything a little bit as I know them. Correct me on anything if I am wrong, or feel free to add extra information down in the comments for everybody, okay? So let's get into this real quick. Now, again, like I said, I know her mainly from Instagram, from her cleaning videos back at the towards the end of 2024, and I will play that for you here. Just a little clip of one of her cleaning videos for those of you that have either never seen it before or you might recognize her voice more than her face. So I don't own this clip, but here goes a little portion of a cleaning video.
So I'm just a teenager. I just turned 18. Still trying to figure out how to get out of this. At least I'm loved here, I guess. Either way, it's pretty fucked up underneath this tub. Like, extremely fucked up. The floors are so messed up in this entire room. And bitch, whenever I'm walking in this house, the floors will creak, and then one day the fucking floorboard.
So that basically cleaning her house and stuff like that, which she would claim is trying to do better for herself and give her a better life and stuff like that. She would always say that the people on social media loved her and cared for her more than her own family does, and a lot of stuff like that. So that is originally where I met her, was through Instagram. Again, I've never had contact with her. I've never talked to her. I've just like seen her videos and stuff like that. I keep saying I met her, and I don't want you guys to get it wrong. So that is where I originally heard about her from. Now, I guess she had more like lore and drama and stuff back then too, also doing GoFundMe's and stuff, trying to raise money for different things. And I guess she was still spending the money from the GoFundMe's on other things that she was not using the GoFundMe for. You know what I mean? She was spending the money on stuff she was not saying that she was going to use it. Anyways, whatever. I think you get what I'm trying to say. So I guess there was like more lore, more drama and stuff from back then, but I didn't know anything like that. I just knew the cleaning videos. Now fast forward like sometime early 2025, I hear that her house burned down, and I'm like, wait, I've seen this girl before. I see all these videos like, oh, her house burned down, and then I seen her video, I think it was. Anyways, so I've ended up, putting two and two together, figuring it out. It was the girl that I was watching her cleaning videos. Like, that is very sad. I guess she lost all her clothes, all her belongings, stuff like that. Her lizard ended up passing away in the fire, which is very unfortunate. And then she started a GoFundMe. And this is where stuff kind of gets a little bit crazy. I guess this is where she started being a little bit more manipulative to her followers and viewers and stuff like that, because the GoFundMe, everybody's saying, raised about $60,000. $60,000 is a lot of money. Not only can that get you a house, like let me break this down for you real quick, because I seen somebody that also said $30,000 or $60,000 was not able to buy you a home. Now, if you are a first time home buyer like me, when I get my first house, I'm saving up for one. I will be a first time home buyer. Right now I just rent, okay? So if you get that, you are only, if you qualify, you need a 3.5% down payment. If you get a $350,000 house, or let's say a $400,000 house, if you're doing a 3.5 down payment, 3.5%, you're only paying $14,000 down payment on that house. Out of 60 grand, you still have enough money to make monthly payments and pay on your utilities and stuff, and home insurance, property tax, whatever, for a couple months, if not a year. So yeah, she had enough money to be able to do something with. Now, there is no exact date on when this $60,000 GoFundMe ended up reaching the bank account or being withdrawn, but there has been speculation of her or her boyfriend allegedly stealing the money or wiring it all to their bank accounts, and using it for themselves. I mean, there is no house. She's been talking about living in, or like walking the streets, or living in motels and hotels and stuff like that, which we will get to because that's a little crazy in itself right there. And she's been doing these crazy shopping sprees with expensive Victoria's Secret perfumes, or just expensive things in general. And if you're in such a bad predicament or you don't have any money, I'm sorry, but where's that $60,000 at, and where's your house that you could literally bought? But anyways, so that's that on that GoFundMe right there. I don't really know. I think it's just kind of like speculation on who had the money, if it was her boyfriend or her. Her boyfriend, his nickname is P Stain. I don't know too much about him. I know a little bit of lore, and we'll get over to that in a minute because I do have a clip that is a little questionable on her end. Either seems a little bit transphobic or she's just very different. Anyways, let's get on to the next part. Now, this is where I start losing the timeline of events because all I know is all this stuff that I'm going to talk about now happened after her house burned down and the GoFundMe situation and stuff like that. So about mid to late January up until last month. In now I never really watched her. Okay, I have her main account blocked on TikTok after I seen all these videos. The videos I have been seeing about her and the things that I'm going to talk about now are things that I've seen against my will from the TikTok accounts that are like those controversial TikTok accounts that I guess spread awareness about these situations or really know the lore about her. Now, again, I've never really known the lore. The only research I did was to really find out what that big problem was that she did, which I guess was that $60,000 GoFundMe because I'd be a little upset too donating to something and you didn't even go get yourself a house, but you're sitting here crying about not having a home every other day. You're on TikTok live begging for money for cat food, cat litter, food for yourself, this, that, and the third. But you're doing these shopping sprees that are hundreds of dollars from Victoria's Secret or, this place or that place. And it's yeah. Now again, like I said, I don't know too much about the boyfriend that she's apparently with throughout all this. A lot of people are saying that they've known each other since she was 16 and he was 18. And then now she's 18, and I guess people are saying he's 21 or something like that. So I guess he's known her for a few years and known her for before the house fire and stuff like that. People are saying that he tried to be like her social media manager or something like that. So I don't know where he was after the house burned down. I guess recently the videos that I've seen about her, again, against my will, have been with him or he's been in the live streams or something like that. So I don't know where they're staying now. But like not too long after the house burned down and stuff like that, she was saying she was living in hotels and stuff, talking about getting essayed and uh you know uh I don't know what I can say here on YouTube. This is all alleged. This is all alleged. I don't know what I can say here on YouTube, but she was talking about getting essayed and other things too that are a little more intense. But in I understand, like it's always you believe the victim, right? I guess that's what happens. I don't know, but it seems like she comes on here to cry wolf because what are we supposed to do about it? Is that like a reason for us to send more money? Like I understand if that happened, it's horrible, and I'm sorry that should not happen to anybody. I totally understand. Do not get me wrong here, but the fact that you go on social media and run and talk about it, it's what are you doing? What are you doing? Go to the police. Go to the police. Anyways, I don't know. So that's my little thought on that. The fact that she was still staying in hotels, motels, and then coming on here talking about things happening to her and stuff like that because she's walking the streets and buying a hotel room for an old man that, again, she accused did something to her. So I don't know. I'm a little confused on that part. And where was the boyfriend throughout all this? Right, where because she's with him now. What happened? What changed? And then, like I said, I had a little clip of her. She was like, you kissed the boy, and then he was like, a trans woman, yeah. Anyways, I'll play the clip, and look, you let me know what you think about this clip, and I don't own it. Anyways, here it is.
You had to kiss the boy.
A trans woman, yeah.
Ugh, you disgusting fuck. Get away from me, nasty boy.
So that's the video that I seen last week, and that's kind of what sparked my attention on her again because I'm like, wait, like what's going on here? Like why am I seeing more videos about her? And then more videos started popping up, and this is where I went down the whole rabbit hole and stuff like that. And it's horrible. I should have never did anything. So fast forward to sometime, in the recent months, I guess, right? She's now with her boyfriend, like I was saying. I don't know her boyfriend, her friend. Look, we're speculating that he's, a little woohoo, and you can sound feminine and be straight. Nobody's saying that, or you can be a little bit bi. That's fine. That's fine. But the fact, I mean, he can't be no better, right? They're sticking with each other. They are enabling each other in the whole situation. Though I have heard him tell her to stop talking about certain things, because she just digs herself into a deeper hole and starts like throwing herself under the bus. And it's like, girlfriend, if you're trying to be so manipulative, stop being so open and saying all this stuff that's gonna. Anyways, whatever. He's trying to look out for her in the end, I guess, but I really don't know what's going on too much about them. I guess they're staying in a hotel or motel or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have no idea where they're staying now. We still know that she has not bought a house though with that money. She's still coming on TikTok and doing these shopping sprees with Victoria's Secret, expensive perfumes, things like that. But yet talking about she needs money for cat food, cat litter, or food for money, and things like that. And then not too long ago too, she did come on TikTok and do a review or a haul or some kind of thing, but she was standing up in the video and she did have fresh self-harm marks on her legs. So I mean, you're coming on here showing your audience that you are harming your body. I mean, it's um, Eugenia Cooney, however you pronounce it. She's one thing. She has been on the internet for years, and people have been trying to take her off of the internet for years because it is very sad to watch somebody shrivel up and pass away. But for self mutilation to be on TikTok is absolutely beyond me. Um, that stuff is that it really should not be shown to a younger audience, or even at that, your audience that's watching you is still sending you money, seeing that you have these problems and stuff like that. And I don't think that this is somebody that is able to be helped, or sent to a psych ward to help out, or a mental facility or something like that. Honestly, I mean, she's young. She just turned 18 not long ago, at the end of the year last year or something like that, right? So she's still young. When you're young, you want to learn the lesson yourself. You are very hard headed, and so she's gonna learn the hard way. I definitely did. My grandma always told me, don't drive without a license. Stop driving without a license. Something's gonna happen. You're gonna regret it. Yeah, yeah. I drove without a license one day on my way back to work because nobody would take me to work, so I had to really drive myself. I didn't live with my grandma. My grandma just tried to give me really good advice. But I had to drive myself to work because I was the one that was paying the bills, and I get in a car accident, and I'm still dealing with that here to this day. I was 17 at the time that it happened. I'm now 23. Yeah, yeah. So still dealing with that. It's crazy. So yeah, you just got to learn the hard way sometimes when you're young. Now again, I know there's a lot more lore and a lot more stuff that happened, before her house burned down. There was more, like three more GoFundMe's, or still asking for money and donations, stuff like that. So feel free to add like your own stuff down in the comments and fill in the blanks that I missed, or correct me if I'm wrong on any information. I tried to be as accurate as I could. I tried to look up as much stuff as I could, just to like really get a good feel on why people were so upset with her before I really decided to make a video about it. And I'm definitely with you guys. I mean, she is somebody that really needs to find help, but then again, she is so young that the help is, she's got to help herself. When you're young, you got to learn by yourself. As always, I love you guys. Let me know your opinions on Callie down below, and I will see you in the next one.